Well, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxford, on the show tonight. It's not Linda, it's the one and only JFK.
Hello, Oxy. How are you doing, my friend?
All right. We all send with regards to Linda. She's got the lurky. She's feeling 100%. And as soon as we announced on social media, within an hour, a massive box of Maltesers appeared. I wonder who from. Anyway, how are you, JFK? I believe you might have the team for us.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Yep, I've got the team here. Tonight's team versus Johnstone at McDermott Park is McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun and Bassey, Lundstrom, Kamara, Aribo and Arfield, Kent and Morelos. I understand it's a 4-3-3. Substitutes are McLaughlin, Zakowski, Barisic, King, Sands, Lowry, Wright, Roof and Fashion Sakala.
Okay, I mean, personally, it's a back four I would have went with.
Yep.
Yeah, I did say last night I would have swapped the goalkeeper. I know you've got a different point of view, GFK.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I know that we kind of criticise other players there the last few months now, but I think sometimes, all the time, when a goalkeeper makes an error, it's shoot there more than anything else because of the position he plays. But I think he's got to stand by him. I think it's wrong just to drop him like a ton of bricks. That's just my personal opinion. But I definitely pleased to see Alan McGregor back in goal. Well, in goal, retaining his place, mate. Definitely for me.
Tammy Lynette, yeah.
Tammy Lynette, aye.
Stand by your man, yeah.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. DIVORC.
Okay, right. Okay, I get it. Rationale. I mean, saying I would play McLaughlin, it's no slighting Alan. It's just his form's not been great enough. I suppose he'll be the first to know that. So the back four, no surprises there. Only a surprise that Balogun never appeared in the second half last Sunday, but it's gone now. And then I see. What do I see? I see Lundstrom. I see a 4-2-3-1 again, Jimmy. I see Lundstrom Kamara playing.
Yeah.
Jack and Lundstrom role.
Probably, aye.
Kent on the left, Arfield on the right, and Aribo in the middle with a free roll, Morelos up top. Yeah.
I don't know. I see it as Arfield on the right and Kent on the left, Morelos in the middle. Mm-hmm. I think he maybe play a 4-3-3 tonight.
How would you line up the three midfielders then?
The midfielders, it would probably put Aribo on the right, Lundstrom in the middle, and Kamara just in the left for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Possibilities, you never know.
Yep.
You never know. Listen, we know that there's a lot of Rangers betting news, but this is pre and post match, and we've got plenty of time to discuss current affairs in Rangers tomorrow night. Is that fair, JFK?
Oh, definitely. That'll be red hot tomorrow night. Might even phoning myself. But yeah, there's a lot of talking points.
Our own steak in Sydney will be with us. Big Stevie, he likes a steak in Sydney pie.
All right. I was talking to Big Stephen today.
Yes, he's all right.
Send his regards. He's on his way up to Perth with Southside.
Yes. What a double act, man.
Morecambe and Wise will never know what's happened there, eh?
I don't really see them there as Morecambe and Wise, mate. If I'm being honest, I see them there as I wouldn't say Laurel and Hardy. Hardy and Hardy, yeah.
Hardy and Hardy, aye. Maybe so, aye. Or what about they maybe kill me? What, just thinking about what about Dumb and Dumber?
No, I was thinking more the Chuckle Brothers.
Oh, the Chuckle Brothers, aye. To me, to you. To me, to me.
Yes, anyway. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get these phone lines open and we'll see how people call it. Don't be surprised if we get a call for one of the brothers. Anyway, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes, people join us all the time. JFK, give us the team again, mate.
The team for tonight's game against St Johnstone is McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun and Bassey, Lundstrom, Kamara, Aribo, Arfield, Kent and Morelos. Subs are McLaughlin, Zakowski, Barisic, King, Sands, Lowry, Wright, Roof, and Fashion Sakala.
Right, what would Jimmy's team would have been? Would there have been a lot of difference?
I probably, that hindsight's a great. I'd have probably been the team I'd have picked. I'd have definitely that back four. I'd have certainly went with McGregor. I probably would. I can't see him changing much up front because I think Roof and Fashion had their chance here on Sunday, and I know Roof.
You don't think Fashion took it? I thought these were.
No. I thought Fashion first half. I thought he was immense. I thought the whole team was immense the first half.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the gaffer tried to change it a bit in the second when it was too late for my liking. But that's probably the team I would have probably I went for. Barisic seems to have played his cell out of contention there just now. You know, I'm hoping we can see something of young Lowry tonight. I just don't want him to be just sitting on the bench all the time. Let's see if we can bring him on, bring a bit of pace to the game, about his dribbling skills. So that's a good team, mate. That's a good team. But the disappointing thing is I've been speaking to various people since yesterday, since we watched the presser with Gio. And the news, I don't think we were astounded by the news that Ramsey wasn't fit. And the question he was asked is, when will he be fit? And his answer was, I don't know. So it's beginning to become a bit of a white elephant, isn't it?
You've had a punt and it's no work, mate, yeah? But sometimes punting can be expensive, eh?
Yeah, definitely. How expensive, obviously, we might never know, but it was disappointing. I mean, he's the 60 minutes against Annan and then a couple of cameos, so it'd have been good to see him get a full 90 minutes under his game. Good competitive football, because like all the other teams, whether they're home or away, St Johnstone will be hard to beat tonight in the sense as it'll be the 5 and the 4 and the 1, so we need to break that down. So I'd like to see him. Diallo, I shouldn't judge him on that one game when I think he pulled two reasonably tackles he should have went in, but he didn't. So, but we'll see what happens in the long run, mate.
Well, he's not on the bench. I mean, he said he was injured yesterday.
Yeah,
how he done that, but look. We talked about it at length last night about the recruitment in the window, but again, this is a pre-match show. I would have had Sakala in for instead of Scotty Arfield, personally, yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You know, but anyway, it's just my thoughts, mate. But look, that's what I would have done. You know, use that more pace in both sides of the park.
I think I know is with Jack's out again. You know, that's no.
But my understanding is that Jack's been ill. You can work that anyway.
Oh, has he? All right.
So
okay.
If you work, he's been missing. But the weekend he'll be missing for about 10 days. So you can work that one in.
Yeah, maybe so. Aye.
Right. Okay. Right, not quite with us. Some callers coming in, but we'll see. Aye. Listen. Well, we're a wee bit light at times. With Jack Davis. Obviously, Big Hillander's missing, you know, and Roof. Well, I don't know if he's getting us what we need up front. Anyway, we'll be John if he leads. Evening, Andrew.
Aye, evening, Ox. Evening, Jimmy.
Evening.
Only change I would have had there is I would have had Sashin in for Arfield. The rest is practically, you know, where we would have gone with the so-called guys that are out. Yeah.
Same as me, Andy, but I would have put McLaughlin in personally. But
I would have taken him as well. Yeah. Not just to kick the Shagger, but I think maybe a couple of games out just to sort of revitalise him and, you know, get the mojo back right enough. I think what it is, Ox, his father time's caught up with him. It's as simple as that, and it catches us all. You know, the second goal that he lost relative to Tavernier, Goldstone, all around him, he would have never got done like that at the post, even last season. So I think it's the old father time. It's a shame. I don't want to see his status. Some of the kickings he's been getting, you know, on Facebook.
No, it doesn't deserve any of that. No. You know, with some people have to take it along because you lose a bit of form. You know, everybody that's played professional sport has had a dip in form at some time, yeah. And unfortunately for Alan, it's came about the end of his career, yeah.
Well, I mean, look, really tonight it's about It's not how we play. It's just we must get these 3 points, and we must get the 3 points on Saturday. That's what it's all about now, isn't it? Making sure that we're at least going into that filth game. Only 3 behind.
Take it from there. You're right. That's all we can do, mate. All we can do. Yeah. Jimmy, can you come, mate?
I mean, I know, like, so you guys are talking about McGregor and things like that. I still like to see him stuck by him, and I think he's done that tonight. Obviously, the squad we've got is still a good squad, even though we've got 7 players injured, first team players, but we've still got a good enough pool. And I mean, this is a make or break game for us tonight. I'm not going to put the kibosh on it, but if we don't win the night, then I don't want to say the words, but
it becomes very difficult. It gets harder, let's put it that way.
Definitely, mate, definitely. So the personnel we've got is
anyway,
good enough.
We've been joined by Bournemouth Bear. Evening, Bournemouth.
How you doing, boys? All right?
You're very, very quiet, mate. Yeah?
I know the signals are the best. Can you hear me or no?
No bad, mate. Just, yeah. Carry on. No, we can't hear you, mate. We can't hear you.
I'll try and get back in.
All right, cheers, mate. Carry on, GFK.
I think the personnel we've got for the night's game is more than capable of beating this St Johnstone team any time of the season. But the way we're playing now, the first 45 on Sunday was absolutely fantastic to watch at times. But there's no use dwelling on the fact what happened in the second half. It happened, and it was sore to sit and watch it there, Going to the game very buoyant, and then that happened. But so, look, it's 10 games to go. I know the Tavs said that it's 10 in a row we need to win. I'll be quite honest, I can't see Rangers winning 10 in a row, and I don't want anybody shouting and bawling at me. I just think the way we're playing, and they'll drop points as well. We must need to make sure that we get this 3 points in the bag tonight. And that's all that really matters.
Aye, it's all about winning. I mean, let's be honest. We've done enough to win the game on Sunday. We lost 2 horrendous goals. Didn't play as well in the second half, but we should have won the game, Andy.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you're sitting there going, what's happening? You're looking at it at half time, you're saying, well, we should have gone off more than 2. And you think, okay, they usually come out and just try and audit it, right? But you thought they would have come off there winning 3 and 4. I mean, when they scored the first goal, I said to myself, they're going to score a second here because we did nothing to change it. I think you referenced it in one of the shows earlier on. You've 5 subs on your bench. You can see the team's tired. It's not rocket science. That's bad managementship of his players. It really is.
Yep.
You can't put that any other way.
Yep. Anyway, we've been joined by the Malteser kid. How we doing, David?
I'm doing fine, guys, considering the way things are going, But what I'm going to ask about is, I know we're talking about the team and all that, but from what I've been hearing, this pack's a coup patch, and that could change everything in it. You can put all the best players on the planet on a kind of part like that, and you don't know what you're going to get. So I'm a bit concerned about that.
I said it last night, jokingly, David. They had the tractor on it as we speak, mate. It's never been the greatest of surface at this time of the year up there, and it's just another obstacle we'll need to overcome, yeah?
Well, it's a thing that I heard from Callum Davison. He says that's what they want. They want it as a leveller. And I'd just like to say as well, when are they going to drop Coulson? When's he getting dropped? Because he's absolute. I know we're struggling for that position, but he's never been dropped once. And he's a nightmare now. He's a nightmare.
He's made, in the last couple of games, he's made a couple of rickets. I'll give you that, mate. He was involved. Oh, well, you moved, didn't he? You moved?
Sorry.
Have you moved?
No. I just wouldn't think the last couple of games. You can go back to when the Motherwell game was at Flip Up, when he headed the ball for a corner. And him, McGregor and Tavernier, I wasn't so much McGregor. I know he's been getting in the net, but I know it's not popular, but I wouldn't have played him tonight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't have played Allen, but everybody sees it different. But I think it's time, GFK, pre-match show, it's time to get behind the team. and wish the fans up there that's made the journey get behind the team, and let's drive us on to 3 points, mate.
Oh, definitely, mate. You know, I mean, we're all singing off the same hymn sheet here, and we want the team to do well. You know, some of the rubbish that I've been reading since Sunday, you know, people saying they're entitled to boo. Well, okay, if you feel that way, that's up to you. But I just think that some of the criticism is over the top. I know Alan McGregor and Tav and Goldson made the rickets for the second goal. And can I just say a wee story? I was coming back for the game and Sunday, and I was on the subway, and I thought it was going to end up in fisticuffs, you know. And the conversation went along the lines of they get 8 minutes injury time today, and this and that, and we get 2 goals chalked off that would never have been offside if we had VAR. Look, we don't have VAR, and who cares how many minutes they get? And that's what happened. And it ended up, I thought, oh, we didn't even get out of Ibrox. The submarines trundled so much as, and then what are Rangers fans thinking about? You know, get together, be together, because that's what they do. They get together and no, look, we're there. So we need to keep together and support the team. Stop fighting amongst each other. If you're going to come in there, go. Yeah,
you're talking about they stick together. They weren't sticking together last season when they were throwing shit at the
David, what's your language, mate?
I can take your point there, David. I'll take that.
Let's put this in context. This is a pre-match show about tonight's game, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about the team, right? Sunday's gone. It's parked.
Yeah.
We've got a team out in the park, which consists of who? If you give us a team against JFK?
The team tonight against St Johnstone is McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun, Bassey, Lundstrom, Kamara, Aribo, Arfield, Kent, Morelos. Subs is McLaughlin, Zakowski, Barisic, King, Sands, Lowry, Wright, Roof and Fashion. I mean, looking at that team and that group of players in the subs bench, Oxia, that is well enough to beat St Johnstone tonight.
Yes, correct. But you've got to go out and do it, Andy.
Yep.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. That's what's lingering in the back of my head right enough. Is I didn't like the way I see Gio talking yesterday, and I certainly didn't like the way I see Tim. They look like they were rabbits in the headlight. They look so down. We need them guys to come out and look very, very positive, and we have to go out and win these next 10 games, nothing less. But like you say, it's about the Rangers tonight. We know what's going on all around it, but we've got to surely they must know now that there is no more wiggle room. Tonight we have to go. We have to roll our sleeves up and fight. Whatever they do, we have to match and 10 times on top of that as well. Make sure we come away with that. We come away with that, and then we move on to Saturday and we see where we go again. We must get a win. I think look, I hate to say this, if we don't win tonight, I think we've lost the league.
Well, we're making it harder for us, but I mean, there is a saying we've got, mate, that it sort of alludes to the fact that you never give in. But if you've got a defeatist attitude, well, you must have went to a different school for me. David?
Ops, I've not got a defeatist attitude. The players have.
No, Andy, you had your turn. Yeah, I'll be back to you. Yes. David, look, it is a big game. We've made it a big game with our own doing, mate.
Of course we have, but I mean, when people are coming onto the show here, you're voicing your opinion, it's only because you care. That's the bottom line. That's what it's all about. We know, but you don't want any criticism of him. That we want to criticise him when we stuffed their 10 in a row. So that's what's more important to me. It's all about the night, as you're saying. You know, if a performance is no great, I couldn't care less. As long as we come out of there and don't throw the advantage back to that mob again. That was the real killer on Sunday.
It was a kick in the hee-haws with a diver's boot, mate. That's what it was, especially after what you put in at half-time, you know.
Definitely.
GFK?
Aye, I mean, we do criticise, and we should be entitled to do that, but we need to get behind the team, whether we're watching the telly or whether we're at the game and that, and we've got a few of our friends at Rangers Radio who are there tonight, and I wish them all the best. And I'm looking for Rangers to destroy St Johnstone tonight and send out a message, and then we'll see what happens in the coming weeks, and that's all that we can hope for. we can't be defeatist, but we've always got a wee bit of doubt in the back of our mind. It's just doubt for me at times, especially the first halves we play, and then the second halves we seem to fall away. And let's hope that doesn't happen tonight, because every game, the next game is the biggest game. So let's take care of this game tonight.
By the way, first and foremost, I get your point. At half time and Sunday, we're saying, right, we can go in and destroy Motherwell. First and foremost, I just want to win tonight, Andy.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've never got a lay-down attitude to anything. Even the Rangers are 4-0 down with 2 minutes to go. I still think we can win 5-4. It's the players that have that attitude, not me. If they had our attitude, we would be winning leagues. That's a fact. But yes, what we have to do, what worries me now is, because I've said tonight, if we get one and then get the second, we'll be okay. Well, the problem is hang on that one. So that's got in my head now, isn't it? So we need the third now.
Aye. We need the third, I know. Well, there's a combination that we're not scoring at the right times when we're on top, GFK, and we're also losing goals that we weren't losing last year. So it's not a good mix. But first and foremost, we just need to go and get 3 points tonight. 3 points.
Look, we have a laugh on here about the Bridgeman. That's obviously it's had its nickname for the last few seasons. No, we'll take a Bridgeman. I'll take a Bridgeman every game at the end of the season. Oxshire, as you say, first and foremost, we need to go out and win. As I say, we don't want to dwell on what happened Sunday, but if we go out tonight and we score 2 or 3 in the first half, like Andy Nat says, well, I want us to go out and score another 3 or 4 in the second half. I don't want to set it.
If we do a Bridgeman for new at the end of the season, we'll all be in the same ward.
Well, I suppose you're right that way. But it's a must win the night, and then we can start talking about the sheep coming up to the weekend. But let's go out and win the game and win it well, 4-5-0, because we should be able to beat teams like Johnstone, that type of score, mate.
We should. But first and foremost, we need to get there. I'll say it again, Andy, and then Davey, 3 points, yeah?
Well, that's what it's all about. I don't care how they do it, whether it's a Bridgeman, whether it comes off of somebody's backside. As long as we have 1 goal more in front of them, and we've got that win at the end of the game, and then we move on. It's a must tonight. I'm quite wound up with it. Come on, we've got to get this sorted. I keep saying it, and I keep repeating myself, and then, we keep coming up, we'll be all right the next game. We've got to make sure that it is right the next game now. We've messed up now. Make sure we go out and lay a marker down here and let them know that, all right, we've had enough of this messing about now. We've got 10 games and we're going to stand up and we're going to show you. If we're going to lose it, we'll at least go down fighting like we used to do in the old days. Put a bit of heart into it.
Anyway, talking about somebody who's always got a bit of heart, we've been going to Jim for Paisley. Evening, James.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to speak to you all again.
Oh, Jim.
Hi, guys. How you doing, everybody? I'm doing fine. Well, I was saying that. I was talking to the Fox there. The Fox was asked me stuff, But see the way I feel just now, Ox, right? I know GFK is there. To me, every game from now at the end of the season is a banana skin. I hate feeling like that, and every game's a worry to me now, and I feel worried about the night's game as well. But saying that to you, Ox, right? I heard JFK list. I've no all tuned in there. I've been different work commitments I've had. But I heard JFK's the team, right? So I would say to myself, well, that's a good enough team to beat MD in this Scottish Premiership. And I would say something else, Ox, if you don't mind me saying this. If that team turned out against Red Star in the next round of the Europa League, would MD be worried about it? But it's just because of recent performances,
Aye. We've let things slip. JFK.
I totally agree. We have let things slip in, and as I said when I was talking to you, I didn't want to use the words, that I'm worried, but you've had it on the head there. It's a banana skin, and we've got our doubts about the way we've been playing. Brilliant first half, terrible second half, and we just don't want it to be repeating all the time. We're capable of going and winning 10 games. We know we are. But can we at this present time go and do that? Let's hope we can. And then, as Oxia said, we'll all end up in that house that all sitting beside each other, sucking our thumbs and whatever because we're all mad. But no, I'm happy that the team that the Gaffers picked, and I include McGregor in that. It wasn't the only culprit. There was a few culprits second half on Saturday, and let's hope that when the team goes out the night, they're roared to victory. And as again, I'll keep saying, well, if a Bridgeman would do me, but I want to go to see his entertaining win, and I thought that had happened Sunday. Let's hope that happens tonight and we can score a barrel load tonight.
I hope you're right. Hope you're right, GFK. But I must admit, GFK, after Sunday's performance, after the game, I was sitting here, I thought to myself, there's no way Al McGregor's playing on Wednesday night. Honestly, that was my thoughts right after the game, GFK, right? But saying that, look at what do you say with McGregor? He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but see if you start making a couple, people start asking questions about you, GFK, don't they?
Well, of course, as I said earlier on, and it's a goalkeeper, it sticks out, not as much as defenders, because it's a last point of contact, isn't it? Whether it's a goal or a save, he's either a hero or he's a villain. And seeing what happened there, obviously I'm sitting up the other side of the stadium, and obviously we didn't know how bad it was till we were actually on the way home, and people coming for that at part of the stadium saying how bad it was. And then when I saw it on the highlights, I was absolutely shocked. But I still stick by my guns, stick by my bed. I'll still say I'm glad he's playing tonight, and I'm glad the manager stuck by him. Let's hope
GFK, here, GFK. If there's a mistake in him tonight, I think he's finished.
Oh well, I do you know, I can't argue with that, mate. I can't argue with that. I think his time has come.
Hopefully it's not tonight.
Hopefully it's not tonight.
Davey, we've made it hard for ourselves, but this will see. It's another game. We'll need to see the mental fortitude of this group, yeah.
Oh, definitely. But we've always got to remain optimistic. You can't be pessimistic. You wouldn't support Rangers if you were pessimistic. Maybe some other teams. And you always go out there with we're going to win this game. And that's the thing I was just saying there. The real disappointment about the last game was how we lost it and where it put us back into the frame. That was a big point. So the night is for us saying, get out there, get it done, and we can take it from there. But I'm with Jim. But I think another wee slip up, and it's a long way back, I think, with the amount of games. And
making it hard for myself, making it really hard.
Oh, definitely, folks, definitely.
Anyway, we've been joined by Robert W. How are we doing, Robert?
Not bad, Ops. Good evening, everyone. I've got to say a few big hitters on the show tonight, a few proper bears on the show tonight, JFK and Jim and all that, and my good pal Andy for Leeds, and Davey, of course. Listen, guys, got to be positive. 25 minutes to go, and I'm starting to...
Thanks very much, Robert.
You're the biggest hitter on the show. Don't you worry about it, boy.
The biggest.
I think we've got a few big hitters on the show and a few proper bears. I like that. I like when the proper bears are on. But anyway, listen, I'm not happy with the lineup, right? There's a couple of changes I would have made, including the goalkeeper. And I don't want to criticise him because he's been wonderful, but he has had a few howlers this season. And I'd give Arfield a rest. And I can't believe... See all this myth, if you're not doing it, you're not in the team. Of the two I've just mentioned proves that's wrong. And the one guy who should be in the team tonight, who was probably one of our best players on Sunday, was Fashion Sakala. I just think the manager just narrated this. But I don't know what it is. I can't believe that boy's not starting tonight. But there you go. But the positives, 25 minutes to go. So, of course, we'll always get behind the Rangers, and hopefully the night will come out and do it, because we need to win the night. I'll take anything tonight, guys. I want to see us win in style. But see the way things have been going, I'll take any kind of a win tonight.
I'm in your camp, Robert. I'm in your camp, even though you weren't talking to me. But, Jim, GFK, there's people just joined us. I'm going to go back to Robert once you just give the team again, mate.
Right. The team, Robert, for the big hitter is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Balogun and Bassey. Lundstrom, Kamara, Aribo. Arfield, Kent, Morelos. Subs are McLaughlin, Zakowski, Barisic, King, Sands, Lowry, Wright, Roof and Fashion.
He's no stopped laughing all day at JFK since I told him a story, but that's another story. Right, right. Robert, I agree with you, but managers pick the team. You get behind him, you fall and rise, but he'll fall or he'll rise on his selections, mate. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And listen, we've got to be totally brutally honest. He's got a few selections wrong this season. We know that. And yet he goes out against Borussia Dortmund, and the selections at half-time are just world-class, honestly. And we all love him because I love Gio. He was one of my favourite players, right? And there's none of his dope. We all want him to succeed majorly. But I'm just a wee bit worried, and we shouldn't be worried tonight. Look at that first-half performance against Motherwell. Look at that performance against Dortmund. Look at the performance the second half up at Tannadice. And yeah, I don't know. There's just something no right there. And but you know what? I'm ready to go for it. And for the first whistle with the 95th miss, I was going to say 95th minute, but we only get 92 or 93. We don't get 5 or 8 minutes like other teams, you know what I mean, when we're chasing a winner. So for the first to the last whistle, come on the Rangers, let's do it tonight. And I got a wee sneaky feeling, I've just got a wee sneaky feeling. Right. I'll go 3-1.
Talking about people that's always ready and always perform well. What's your thoughts, Davey?
I agree with everything that's been said. It's just a matter of waiting for the game to get going. And I'm really going to be a bit curious, depending on how the game's going for score-wise.
Don't you worry about it, Davey, because Rangers are for everybody and anybody now, yeah?
Of course it is, but I just hope if he does any substitutions tonight, he gets them right, because I don't think that happened on Sunday. And that's his choice. What can you do?
Mm-hmm. Andy?
Yeah, well, I mean, what he's got to do is he's got to get his game management totally right tonight, watch how it's going, and you know, act accordingly to what he thinks should be done. Not, 5 subs, it's criminal only bringing one on. He can't say, oh, by the way, Robert, you better sleep with one eye open, because I wasn't on the show last night and I got battered. So you better watch it with an oxys.
I always get battered.
What was that? Remind me.
You know what. But bloody dunces hats and all sorts were coming out with Robert. You couldn't believe it, man. I said nothing. I didn't even come on the show.
At least I go down. You gave it to somebody else, didn't you?
Aye, well, I heard a certain Mr. Chin's getting an absolute hammering as well. Mind you, I could have told you that, Ox, because whenever I ask him anything about Rangers, he says, well, I wasn't born till 1974. That was the answer. He used to get up him all the time.
Tell you what, he used to get a new photograph, because that doesn't tell you that. I'll tell you that one, lad. Anyway, that's another story. Right. My answer to that was I wasn't born with the Gallant Pioneers, but I know other names, yeah?
Oh, came up in 1967 when we played Fiorentina. That was a cracker, wasn't
it? Schoolboy error, but it does take a bit of ribbon, and it deserves it. But we'll move on for that, right? Right, okay. Jimmy's went for a few goals, and I'll come to Jimmy last. Davey, you're a man of great integrity, character.
I'll never tell you how many goals they're going to get. I never do.
How's the game going to go?
We'll win.
That'll do, David. That'll do. How do you see it going, Andy? What have you done? You done a punt?
Yeah, I went. I think we'll concede goals. I went for a 4-2. I got 55-1 for that right enough, but I think it'll be a hard fought 2-1 to Rangers.
Oh. Robert, how do you see it panning out, mate?
3-1 to the famous, and you can shove your trip down under where it doesn't, the sun doesn't shine.
We'll be talking about that tomorrow, Robert. I don't think it's a trip down under. It's the company you're keeping, mate. Yeah. Anyway, listen. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking about it more. JFK, you've seen you're hoping for a few goals. Is that what you think you're going to get?
I think I'm hoping, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to stick my neck out, right, and I'm going to go for a handful, mate. I'm going to go for a 5-0 victory.
Get in there, GFK.
Brilliant.
Fair play. I just hope GFK's right, but as long as we win the match, that's all I'm caring about. I'm going with old Davey. As long as we win. Jimmy, I hope you're right.
Yeah, because I've got to come back on with you after the game.
Yeah, GFK. I might just phone in after the game.
Wow.
How do you
see it panning out, Jim?
Oh, listen, do you know something? Well, honestly, because I've been worried. But I always go in a bad mood between the last game after Sunday, and this is going to. I'm listening to the guys, listening to the Bears on this show, and it's really boosted my confidence now. I'll do a bit of betting. I may have a wee look at my Sky bets. But anyway, I'm not decided yet. But I'm looking forward to the game now after listening to all you guys talking about the Bears.
Yes. You've got to watch. Football doesn't always go to form, and the big teams don't always go ahead early, as we've seen in that FA Cup last night and tonight. Right, okay. But I'll leave it at that. Right, okay. Well, hopefully it's all about winning. Come on, we've got to get behind this team. They've got to win for us tonight, Robert, haven't they?
Oh, definitely. And the famous saying is, you've said it for as long as I've been listening to this show upstairs, if the Rangers turn up, there's only one winner. And come on, Rangers, turn up the way you did in 2 games against a world-class team called Borussia Dortmund. Turn up like that, and you know what? JFK's thing, they might just come right, we'll get a handful.
Mm-hmm. All right, okay. Nothing better than a handful, JFK. Goals.
Yeah, if you can fill your hand, then you're very lucky.
That's a good start, yeah.
Right, okay. My wife's listening to that.
You've got a terrible.
Oh, what's a gutter mind that is? I was talking about holding a big sausage.
Oh, you're talking about five for the 5 goals. David, come on,
Can I just say something before we go? I'd just like to say, I know we got up and down and disappointed about the Zers and all these things, but just think of what's going on in Ukraine, guys, and that's a bigger disappointment to the world. So football, we'll win the night for Ukraine.
Yeah,
well said. Can I just say something about that before you go? I meant to mention this. This Saturday between 10 and 12, there's charitable donations being accepted up at the Drumchapel Orange Halls. Anything that can be worn or used as medical equipment, etc. They're collecting up there in Drumchapel Orange Halls on Saturday. Please go up.
Well done.
Yeah.
For Ukraine.
Sometimes what bad becomes good. Maybe it'll unite the rest of the world to a bit of common sense. But that's a whole other debate. We're all about the football. Thanks. Always a pleasure, David.
Thank you.
All the time, yep.
Jim Fay Paisley, my favourite buffet man.
Yeah.
All the best, mate.
Yep.
All the best.
Andy, the world's worst punter.
Cheers.
And of course, the effervescent Robert. What a man.
Effervescent. Shine retired.
Yep.
Right, we'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle. Come on, celebrating the Rangers victory. Thanks for listening. Please stay safe. Take it away. Old School Blue.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. to cheer the boys in blue. The most successful team in football. Well, Scotland's gallant few. Well, times they have been hard. We'll follow near and far. You will always hear